Hi, Alchemy family. It's Chelsea here. I'm subbing for Luke today, and I have a special class planned for you guys. It's all about finding balance on shaky ground. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of things starting to reopen, a little bit more pressure in the world, whether you're starting working or you're getting out there. And even though this can be really, really exciting, it can also lead to a little bit of anxiety and trying to find out what that new normal is for you and finding that foundation. So today, I want to bring in some play. We're going to be really moving through our poses, exploring them with curiosity, and only moving to where you feel good. Everybody will look a little different. Unfortunately, there's only me to demonstrate, so you can't see all different kinds of body types. But I really want you to listen to how you feel in each of the movements and each of the poses. So join me on your mat. We'll only need 2 blocks today. If you don't have any blocks, you can always use a pillow. And we'll start in supported bridge. Lying on your back, lift the hips up, slide the block underneath the sacrum. Hands can rest on the floor. Make sure it's on the bony part. Good. And start to settle into the floor. Allowing your body to just melt. Relaxing all the muscles in the body. Taking a big breath in. And sighing it out. Good. 2 more like that. Breathing in deeply. Exhale, let it go. 1 more, filling the lungs. And sighing it out. Softening the belly. Allowing just that light engagement of the legs, but releasing that deep muscular engagement. Softening through the forehead, feeling the creases melt away. Relaxing the jaw, the neck, shoulders, arms and hands, back, belly, glutes, legs and feet. Take 1 more big breath in. Exhale. And taking your hands to your heart, you can lift up the elbows. Begin to set an intention for your practice today. Allowing that first thing to come to mind be that thing that you hold close to the heart. Breathe it in. Exhale. Release the hands. And move your block out and up to the side, landing softly on the floor. Good. Walk your feet wide on the mat. We'll windshield wiper the legs over to the right. Back up through center, over to the left. Moving right. Moving left. And this time, start to walk the right foot a little bit closer towards your hand until you feel a stretch in the quadricep. Good. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Walk the foot back. Knees move up and over to the right. And shuffle the left foot over towards the left hand. And you might even be able to grab the foot. Sometimes these little ankle bones hurt on the floor, so you can always use your fingers to wrap around, giving a little patting. Softening through that left quadricep.
Good. Let's do that one more time each side, just gently opening the body. Knees move over to the left, walking your foot towards your right hand. And it doesn't matter if you can grab or not. Getting that beautiful stretch through the front of the thigh. Relaxing your glutes, allowing the leg to hang in space as long as there's no pain. Release the foot, shuffle it back. Knees move over to the right. Walking, heel toeing the foot towards the left hand, grabbing it if you can reach it. Softening the body, feeling that stretch, the lengthening of tissues. Good, release. One more on the other side. Knees move left. Walk the foot up towards the hand until you feel a stretch. Finding your sweet spot. Breathing in and out. Good, release that foot. Walk the feet through center, or you can just roll over and push all the way up. Good. Sitting in square pose with the right shin forward, we're going to reach the palms up, fingers interlaced. Grounding down to the sit bones, reach forward, round the spine up, reaching all the way up. Right hand drops as we side bend over to the right. Inhale up and over. Side bending over to the left. Sweeping the hands behind you. Roll the shoulders in. Lift the heart up. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. Lean back. Switch the legs. Inhale. Reach forward. Feel that length through the spine. Deeply flexing through the hips. Inhale up. Right hand drops, side bend to the right. Breathing into the left ribs. And over to the left. Slide your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Pop the heart forward. Look up. And let it go. Let's do our first vinyasa. You can have your blocks if you need at the top of your mat. Just have them ready so they're easy to grab. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, heavy over the legs. And just as you would with downward dog, let's walk and pedal the feet, alternating straight leg with bent knee. And you can start to kind of wag the tail, bringing one knee across the other, moving where it feels delicious, where those tissues are softly stretching and releasing. Good. Wrap the forearms behind the legs in a tight fold. You can bend the knees. Sliding the hands forward onto the shins. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Frame your feet. Step back into plank. And lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, slide the shoulders down, opening through the heart space. Exhale, finding length. 2 more. Little grasshopper wings for elbows. Shoot back and lower. Last one, hugging the arms in, lengthening up, engaging through the core, the legs, and release. Pushing up through tabletop. Hips move back, lifting them high, downward facing dog. Stepping the right leg forward. Bend into the right knee, into low lunge. And let's play with some bouncing, only moving where it feels good for your joints. So it can be very small, or it can be large depending on what's going on. And I like to just kind of rotate the shoulders left and right. Our legs are engaged, they're strong, but the hips are loose and fluid with a light engagement. Nice. Good. Begin to straighten that front leg. Bend it in. Straighten and bend. Doesn't matter if it's fully straight, straighten to your ability. And bend. Bring the back knee down. If you need a little padding, flip your mat over. Reach the hands back, heart forward. Feel that stretch in the left thigh. And move into a 90-90 position. A few more just like this, opening the heart. Soft gaze up, keeping the neck nice and long. Avoid dumping into the low back. Keep a little core engagement. Good. Shift the back foot forward, pyramid pose. If you'd like your blocks, you can frame your feet. And just start to glide the hips left and right. We're adding some dynamic movement to all of our traditional yoga poses today. So feel them moving to the left, a little crisscross of the legs. Over to the right, they open. Good. Bend the knee, flat back. Tuck the chin in towards the knee, straighten the leg. Good. Bend the knee, flatten the back. Tuck the chin in, straighten the right leg. Nice. Last one. Good. Start to lift those front toes up. This will deepen the sensation. If it's too much, leave your foot on the floor. Wag the tail. Just feel the hips glide left and right. No using the low back. It's just shifting your weight in the legs. Good. You can look over the right shoulder. And now rocking on the feet. So we're going to stand on our tippy toes and then flex the feet. And your feet might not move all the way. It's really hard for one foot to do the job. Good. Engaging the calves, the hamstrings, and giving them a nice stretch. All right, you can move your blocks forward or take them all the way to the other side of the mat. Nice. Feet wide. Turn the toes in, heels out. Fingertips on the floor, flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Feel the legs nice and fired up, holding the pose, but the upper body waterfalls over, releasing, finding traction. Inhale, lift up, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Feel your body flowing like putty out of the hips towards the floor, remembering to release the neck, the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Lift into your halfway lift. Sit into a side lunge. Toes lift up to the ceiling. Good. Walk it over to the other side. And I like to use my elbow to help push open the folded leg. Reaching up with the left arm. Flowing down, moving to the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Shifting to the left. Right toes lift. Right arm lifts. Exhale, lower. Keeping it beautiful, fluid. Challenging your balance as you stand on the ball of the feet. Good. Inhale, lift the hips high. Turn the toes to face the opposite side of the mat. Bend into the front knee. Our little low lunge hip bounces. You can kind of bounce over to the right, bounce over the left, get your booty groove on. And start to feel it glide. Sometimes I like to lift the hips up and then lengthen, stretch the legs out. Your legs are nice and strong here. You can always use your blocks. I like tented fingers. Good. Straighten the leg, bend the knee, straighten and bend. One more. And bend. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, reach the hands back. Open up through the heart. Feel that stretch in the right thigh. And back through center. Squeeze the legs together. Feel the hips move forward. Arms back, shoulders back. Nice open chest, soft neck. Inhale up. Little core engagement as we move into this heart opener. And release. Straighten the back leg. Step it in forward. Pyramid pose on the other side. Good. So starting with wagging the tail. And every leg feels different. We often have one leg that's a little bit tighter than the other. Maybe our dominant leg. Perhaps we have a little imbalance from holding kids on the hip. And this front leg, it can be bent if it's too intense for it to be straight. Good. Starting to find that kind of pretzel twist, looking over the left, and then opening to the right. Only moving so far that it feels good. You're in that sweet spot of that good stretch. Maybe a little bit of discomfort, but no pain. Nice. Bend the front knee. Curl the chin in towards the shin. Straighten the leg. Flat back. Bent knee. Feel that long spine before you tuck the chin in. And you can walk the hands back here. Flattening out the back, rebending the knee, round through the spine, straightening the leg, flat back, last one, tucking it in, and straightening it out. Walking the hands forward, legs wide on the mat, toes curled in. Take your hands on your hips. Feel the spine really lengthen through the pelvis. The quads are engaged, lengthening the back of the hamstrings as you use gravity in your favor to lengthen down, down, down to the floor. Release your fingers in line with your toes. Beautiful. Inhale. Hands lift up. Press in to the feet. Coming to stand all the way up. Heel toeing your feet together. Nice. Inhale, reach up. Thunderbolt, chair pose. Feet are about hip distance apart. Start to sit all the way down in your chair. Feel the low back lengthen. Good. Lift up onto the balls of the feet. Heels lifted. Slowly, slowly, slowly lift up and lower. Good. Inhale. Sit down. Reach those arms high. Move to the balls of the feet, heels lift. Slowly, slowly, legs shaking, press all the way up and lower again. Sitting those hips as deep as it is comfortable. Heels lift, press all the way up. Feel that shake and lower. Hands to the heart. Little bow. Remembering your intention that you gave to yourself at the beginning of practice. Feeling your heart pulse behind the thumbs. Feeling that sense of aliveness that you can move through anything. You can allow the arms, or not the arms, the eyes to flutter open. Good. So now we're going to reach the arms up
And fold at the hips with a flat back. Good. Fold all the way over the legs. You can bend the knees if you need to. Take your hands behind the ankles, tuck the elbows in, and then squeeze in the upper body towards the thighs. Now everybody's little ball will look a little bit different. Some will look straighter, some will look round and bent. That doesn't matter. What matters is what you feel here. Feel your feet spreading wide. The sit bones reaching with bent legs or straight legs, doesn't matter. The upper body soft, melting downwards. The head, the heaviest part, giving you traction. Good. We're going to bring our seat into a squat. Nice, strong legs. Keep the upper body soft. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. Slowly peel the stomach off the legs. And stand up. Good. Let's interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up. Return into that deep squat. We'll move nice and slow. Bring it all the way down. Hips move back. Keep the core engaged. Feel the low back lengthen. Don't allow energy to just get congested there. Breathe through it. Good. Plant your belly on your thighs. Hands move behind the heels, and then straighten the sit bones up into your standing forward fold. Lift your hands to your shins. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Round all the way up. Again, interlace the fingers. Strength, flexibility, and balance. Exhale. Move down into your deep, deep squat. Keep the abdomen, the upper body high to start. And then start hinging at the hips. The legs are stable and strong. They're your strong foundation. Good. Release the hands. Take them behind the calves, the ankles. Sit bones reach up high. Fold heavy. Take a big breath of release. Rest here. Slide your hands forward on the shins. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as you round all the way up. Hands touch. And lower them down to the home of the heart. Really nice. Good. I feel the heat kicking up, and it could be the weather or it could be our activity. But I'd like to continue with a little bit more mobility in the chair. And we're going to use our block for some balance. So I'm going to have it on the left side, and I actually prefer it a little bit higher. You might not need the block. We'll see. So get your chair legs going as if you're going to start skiing. Lift the right knee up, externally rotate it, and then slide the ankle onto the left thigh. Reach your arms forward. Good. I like to touch down with my hands, but maybe you have the balance where you don't have to. And then, this is my secret. This is the only way I can do this. With a little shakiness, finding my balance, I can lift up and bring hands to heart center. Otherwise, I'm a wobbly Gumby. It looks pretty funny. Good. Really feel your lower body, your sit bones ground down to the earth, even though we're in a balance pose. Good. Upper body is light. Feel that energy move through with a breath. Take your hands down. Bring them forward. Come to stand up. Really squeeze your ankle onto the thigh. Coming all the way to stand. Ta-da! Let's shake it out. Other side. Move your block over. We're doing the same thing. So finding your little ski legs. Lift the left leg up. Find external rotation. Slide the ankle on to the thigh. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Nice. Come to your squat. You might have to stay here, and that's perfectly okay. Bring your hands down to lift the heel off the mat and find your anchoring point. And even if you have one, sometimes balance is still a challenge. Good. Hands move to heart center. Feel your breath move in and out. Sit bones moving earthwards. And the upper body, feel that energy expanding to the whole room. Nice. Release. Hands move forward. Press that heel back down to the floor. Find your balance as you slowly lift all the way up. And release. Shake it out. If you have water at home, now's a really good time to take a quick sip. I know I will. I've been quite active today. Beautiful. So we're going to build on that with some standing core work. If you have a really tight low back today, it's in a lot of pain, you're just going to keep these poses in stillness rather than adding the dynamic movement so we don't jar anything. But if you're feeling strong, come join me. So starting in Warrior 2. Feel your hips open to the long edge of the mat. Take your gaze over the right fingertips. Soften the shoulders away from the ear. Feel the front foot grounding down into the earth. The back edge of the back foot sealed into the mat. And that nice long spine like a tree growing out of the pelvis. Bend your elbows. You can stay here, or if you know you have the strength, we'll start with some core, some standing core. So using the strength of the legs, I'm lengthening these side muscles, engaging these ones to bring my elbow down, and then engaging this to lift up, and then you'll find that they lengthen as we move to the other side. Good, so let's do a few of these. Bringing the right elbow down. Inhale up through center. Left elbow towards the left leg. Good. One more. Right elbow down. Keeping that bend in the front knee. It always wants to straighten. And the other side. Nice. This time we're going to bring the right elbow to the right knee. Moving into side angle. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. And press all the way up. Straighten that front leg. Feels so good. Turn the toes forward and then over to the left. We'll move right into the left side. So starting with a bend in the front knee, rotate the pelvis to the long edge of the mat and take your gaze over the left fingers. Bending the elbows. Let's begin our core work, or you can stay here. Left elbow towards the thigh. Right elbow back. And if you feel crunchy, that's a sign to stop and make the movement smaller. So I feel a little crunchy here. I'm going to stop here on this side. It doesn't feel good for me. And it's important that we listen to our body. Otherwise, it punishes us and it's not worth it. Good. Inhale to come up. Exhale to lower. Last one. Moving in to side angle. In this version, I have the fingers reaching to the ceiling, but often you'll see the arm up over by the ear. And press all the way up. Turn the feet forward. Rotate the toes to the other side. We're going to bend the front knee for Warrior 1. Inhale, reach up. Moving into a diagonal warrior, seal that left heel down as you use the strength of the legs to lean forward so you're in one long line. Good, you can stay here, or if you want an extra challenge, keep your legs where they are and use the strength of them to rotate your core forward. Good. rotate, looking down, rotate, opening the front of the body to the side wall, and down. One more to the side wall, and I'm really working here, and down. Good. Inhale, stand up, straighten the leg, toes rotate forward, and to the other side of the mat. Deepen your bend in the front leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. Get nice and strong in the legs as you lengthen forward into your diagonal warrior. Choosing either to stay here or spinning your heart to the side wall. Exhale, look down. Good. Nice long spine, strong legs. Rotate to the side, open heart. Exhale, down. Last one, opening. And down. Reach the arms down. Come all the way up. Let's do 3 sweeps. My favorite way to cool down. Standing in Tadasana, close the eyes if balance allows. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the arms down. 2 more. Inhale, sweep wide. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Reach up. Exhale, feel that energy just slowly fall, grounding you to the earth. Hands move to heart center. Good. So moving into our peak challenge of the day, we're going to do a transition from half moon to warrior 3. And you might be really good at this, or you might be like with me, and it's a little bit challenging to do this and keep your balance. So don't worry if you fall out. Don't worry if you wibble wobble. Just roll with it. If you fall, you can always use a wall, or just make it a fun form of play. So starting with a block on the mat, I like it at the highest level, and have it about 1.5 blocks distance from the foot, starting in warrior 2. Good. Arms reach. Start to bring that hand down. Lift the back leg up. This is the hardest part. Rotating your gaze forward. I tend to always fall out at that point. Good. All right. Core challenge. Long, strong legs. Reach the right arm up. Left arm meets the right. Rotate the hips down. Strong, strong legs. Good. Take the right hand to the block. Left hand to the heart as we start to open back into half moon. Spread your foot wide. Nice. Reach the left arm overhead. Whew. Take your gaze down. And teachers, we fall all the time. That's how you learn. Good. Reach, reach, reach. And come all the way up. Shake those hips out. Give your butt a little pound to get any cramping out. And we're going to do the other side. Good. Left foot forward, right foot back. Rotate your hips so they're wide to the open edge of the mat. Good. Take your hand to the block. Lift that right leg up. Right arm up to the ceiling. And take your gaze to the wall. Nice. Good. You can start to reach forward, turn the hips down to the floor. I like a little bend in my balancing leg. Nice. And I feel like this might be my stronger leg. It's a little bit easier, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Anything can happen. Back to half moon. Good. Forward to warrior 3. Nice. Let's do one more. See if you got it in you. Spinning the heart forward. Half moon. Good. And we fall out. That's okay. We're going to get right back in. When you fall, you try again, and eventually you're going to make it, as long as you don't give up. When you give up, you definitely don't make anything. Good. And release. Shake it out. Give your little hips a shake. And release. All right. Moving into a wide-legged standing forward fold. Legs are strong. Feel them pulling up into the pelvis. Hands on the hips, hinge forward. Tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck, long spine, folding all the way down. Reach your arms long like downward dog arms. And then start to walk them back through the window of the legs. Good. Sit bones reaching up, keeping those quads engaged and lifted. Breathing and settling into your pose. Inhale, reach the hands back up to the hips. Fire up the legs as you use the core to help lift up. Pausing halfway. Regulating their blood pressure. And pushing all the way up. Heel toe your feet in. Heels in, toes out, Malasana. Hands interlace. We're going to take the palms turned out, moving into our deep squat. If you need a little bench, you can grab your blocks. Reach your arms forward and your sit bones down, down, down to the mat. Feeling the low back lengthen. And then tuck your elbows into the inner knees, hands to heart center. Open up through the heart. And if it feels okay for the inner thighs, for your hip flexors, take a little rock right and left. Good, really good for opening up the hips, as long as there's no pinchiness and pain. And everybody is different, every day is different. Nice. Good. Closing down the eyes, feeling into your movement. And sitting all the way down. A little floor core. We're going to sit in kind of like a mermaid sit, where the right shin is forward, and I have my foot on my left thigh. Good. We're going to take our hand over to the right, and then we're going to lean over and lift the left leg up, right arm long. Good. Little core. Exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, reach long, turn your gaze down to the floor. Exhale, curl it in, engage. Inhale, lengthen, look down. 2 more, curl it in, and gaze down. Last one, bring it all the way through center, and reach long, and drop it down. Other side. So flip your knees to the other side. Left hand forward of the left thigh. Reach your right arm, wrong way, overhead. Right leg long. Exhale, bring your elbow to knee. It might be down here, that's okay. You might be dragging your foot on the floor. Try your best. Lengthen it out. Curling it in. Reaching long, gaze down at the floor. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it long. 2 more, bringing it together. And reach. Last one. Boop. And reaching long. Good. I feel like we need to roll out the back, and that is exactly what we're going to do next. Rolling like a ball. This is really nice on a carpet. If you're on a harder surface, it's really important that you bring the low back into a C curve. So that means engaging the core, tucking the pelvis slightly, and sitting just behind the sit bones. My hands, I like them behind the thighs or on the shins. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to exhale back and forward. And you might not have heard it, but that was a really smooth rounding. It's not always like that. If you hear a smack, That just means your low back's really flat. So we want to get that C curve a little bit deeper. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Balance. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. See if you can keep it here. Squeeze the legs together. Open the arms. Turn the palms up. Good. Tuck the shins in. Roll back 3 times. Lengthen the legs. Keep them long. You might have to hold them. Squeeze the legs and see if you can do full boat. Pretty hard. I'm going to roll out, tuck the legs in, and let's do open leg rocker. So legs are open, a little bit harder. Good. One more. And cross the left shin over the right. Lengthen over the legs. Walk the hands in, sitting tall. Take your right hand to the left knee and nice gentle twist, no forcing. Inhale through center. Let's switch the cross. Twisting over to the right. And release. Good. Returning to our mermaid legs with the right shin forward. The foot is on the left thigh, kind of like little pinwheel arms. Let's move into a variation of camel called Rockstar. Take your right hand behind the right sit bone and just take your gaze to your hand. Lift the left arm up. Hips move forward and down. Switching the legs over. Left hand behind the left sit bone. Reach the right arm up. Bring it down. Switching it out. Moving as fast or as slow as your body is calling you to do. One more on each side. Nice. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Walking your dog out. I want you to bend your left knee generously and reach your right hand to either grab the ankle or cup the heel of the left foot. As you bring it down, your gaze turns under the left armpit. Press into your hand. Nice strong legs. You'll feel this in the outer hip. The IT bend. You can keep the knee bent a little bit if it's too intense. And release. Right hand forward. Walk the dog. Bend the right knee generously. Take the left hand to cup either the heel or the ankle. Take your gaze under the right shoulder, the right armpit. Release. Walk it out. Take your right knee to the right wrist. Pigeon pose. Walking the left leg back. Let's stay in high pigeon. You can remain in stillness if your joints are feeling a little bit sore, or you can add in a bounce and shift over to the left and right. And this just really kind of tricks our nervous system into getting a little bit more length in the muscles And we're also using strength in the bounce. We're not just flopping around. We're engaging those muscles and releasing. Good. Settling into stillness. High pigeon. And melting all the way down, folding the arms, releasing the forehead. Inhale to press all the way up, curling the back toes under. Lifting into our down dog. Walk it out. Left knee to left wrist. Shuffling the right leg back. Come to sit on high. And start with our bounces. Shifting to the right. Shifting to the left. And this is a little bit of a new inclusion that I'm doing into my yoga since taking a course from Jules Mitchell, who is a biomechanist. And I've learned some really cool things from the course to help improve flexibility. Things that actually work and are scientifically proven. Good. So you can start to glide the hips left and right, moving in your pain-free range. Settling in your high pigeon. And moving all the way down. Surrendering. Moving into rest. Feeling the body still. Inhale, peeling up off the floor. Lifting onto one hand, followed by the other. Curling the back toes under. Lifting all the way into your downward facing dog. Release the knees down. Big toes touch. Sit the hips back, resting your forehead down on the mat. You can move the hips just a little, finding some wiggle room, using your hands to push back, and resettling into that still, soft place. Inhale, lifting up through tabletop, and you can either choose to lay in Shavasana or seated meditation. getting extra comfy, whatever that means to you. If you're lying in Shavasana, widening the arms from the body, the feet. Sometimes I like to tuck the pelvis to get a little more space in my low back. If you're seated, finding that support under the sit bones or the knees. Lengthening up in the easy, organic way that nature's trees move upwards towards the sky. Take a big breath in and let it go. Letting go of the thinking mind and feeling into the body. Knowing that even if things are busy, loud, pressured in the outside world, you can always pull away and find peace in this moment in a little quiet slice of solitude. Refilling your cup so you can give freely without effort. Staying for 3 more breaths. Bring your hands to heart center. If you're seated, and gently pressing to a seat if you're laying down. Sliding your thumb knuckles to the third eye. Namaste. Thanks for joining me.